So I wanted to greet every one of us, and yeah, what is going on, the sad state of affairs in the country, and yeah, we are seeing a lot of insecurity, and the life of the innocent, always the innocent and the poor people are always on the line. And we are seeing the people who supposed to take action, who supposed to be in control, are not doing what they're supposed to do. And we are seeing also um, the disparity in the way the law is being applied, depending on who is committing the offense, and depending on the regional disparity of where they are coming from. So at the end of the day, you see that what is going on is politics. Is politics in the hands of all the people who matter. So just like the same people that refuse to build road, the same people that refuse to do hospital, it's the same people that are allowing all this kind of thing to go on. And for example, if you look at what is going on in the north now, if you look at how it started, I remember back then when the Chibok issue happened, we all saw it, that there was a lot of politicking involved, and the children of the poor was used as pawns in between. So at the end of the day, everything evolved, and we have seen how it has gone up to this time. So now we are seeing a repetition of the whole thing again. We are seeing the people who have all the sympathy and who believe these people were actually having a legitimate reason to cry. They are the ones feeling the impact now, So it used to be just the northeast of Nigeria. It used to be Maiduguri, just Yobe, around that northeast corner. But now we are seeing a lot of disturbance in the northwest. So it has gotten to the northwest. And even though it's not yet in the major regions of that place, but we have seen it, going gradually there. And so that brings me back to, of course, the southeast. There's always this comparison to say, our brothers, they are our brothers, they are supporting you don't support our brothers. Like somebody actually put it out to me and say, we are your brothers, you are not supporting your brothers, you are an Igbo woman, you should be ashamed of yourself, you are not supporting your brothers. And in that place, I made a comment about people who were caught kidnapping, and they had military camouflage and all those things. But even at that point, that person see on the basis of ethnicity is still having that affinity, that kinship, not trying to see the wrong that they are doing or they have done, not even minding that maybe the victims, most of the victims would have been people from that region, from the same ethnic group, but just because of that kinship that they feel, just because you are coming from that region, they want to excuse those grievous crime that the person or the set of people are committing against their own people because of the larger gain that they want to gain. So I feel that we can learn things from what is going on and know at the bottom of our heart that ultimately we do not want something that will degenerate completely to this end. We don't want something that will degenerate for me, that's the way I will process it in my mind, that good, you can condone it and, cover it and deal with it however you want and pay them money so that, they will go and use it as doing turnover, kidnap another set of school children, and then you give them money and then they go to another state and kidnap her. How do you kidnap more than 300 students, like, for a start? How? Where do they pass that large number of people? What road, what vehicles were available? These are legitimate questions one can ask, but you cannot ask them because you will be saying, are you are you doubting it? Do you think it didn't happen? That kind of a thing. So you're condoning it today, you don't know what is going to happen tomorrow, you see. So the president is not doing what he's supposed to do, and it is glaring. And we don't see the same sympathy that the international community were giving in the previous regime. We are not seeing it. So At the end of the day, everything that is going on is still politics. So it's only the people who understand that everything that is going on is politics that will still come out of it. It's only the people that will take something out of all this crisis, all this chaos that is going on now. But if the people that are not understanding that this is all politics, you know what? They are going to be the victims of this whole crisis. Like something that you don't know where it started, you don't know how it started, you don't know where it's going on, you don't know where it's coming from. You end up carrying the blunt force of the whole consequences if you don't understand that this is all politics, and you don't have to bear the brunt of it. It's a tragedy that something like this is going on. So who is going to bail the cat? Who is going to bail the cat? What is going to change? What is going to change now? Who is going to help? I mean, if the military knows where the people are, and there's somebody that goes there to negotiate with them and come back, like, does it mean that they don't know how they can go and get those people who are committing this offense? Because if you say that you don't want casualties, do you know that the other times when you also send the military to other places to clamp them down on any kind of rebellion, insurgency, criminality, there are also casualties? There are also casualties. But we look at the larger picture and say, okay, it is easier to stamp something out or do something like this right now, take action and have a solution. But the presidency is taking everybody for a ride. But where is the legislation? Where is the judiciary? Where are the governors? Where are the opposition? This is strange. Is this how they want to destroy the whole region? Maybe they feel that they couldn't provide anything for the children, they couldn't do anything for their people, or just selfishness. They just want to hold on to that power and hold on to the resources of the country and just continue to manipulate everything. I don't know what is going on, but what I know is that this kind of criminality and escalation of conflict is something that we in the Southeast should not expect, should not visit on ourselves, should not allow to come down to ourselves. Now, in the last few days, or I think since I've been offline, I've seen a lot of incidents happening across the Southeast. And of course, some people are cheering now, Like I hear that there are incidences that happen in almost all the states in the Southeast, and they cut away guns and all, and there were also some casualties. So what do you think is going to happen with those guns? Who do you think that they are going to be the one that will suffer the outcome of those guns? It's not you. It's not somebody from afar. It's not somebody that is far away. It is you, the people that are very nearby. Those are the people that are going to bear that consequence. So no matter what they think that this whole scenario is going to bring to them, but in the end, it's like when you say you have a car and the tire is faulty, and you are looking for how to solve the problem of your tire that is faulty, and then your solution is that you want to sell the car so that you're going to buy a tire. So when you buy the tire, what are you going to do with it, because you don't have the car anymore? This is just a very simple analogy, but some people are just adamant. They don't want to listening to reason. They don't want to see the example that is right before them, because in their heart they have been consuming this information that has spied up a lot of hate and a lot of resentment and a lot of anger, and they are now in a state of destructive hallucination. They don't want to let go, and they are not going to do it on themselves, by themselves alone. They are going to bring it down on the collective. So I still believe that no matter what is going on anywhere, that if you can put yourself together and put your house in order, you will still fare well. You will still have a place, to go home into, to relax, and have a clear-cut strategy. But as it is right now, there's actually nothing on ground. There's nothing on ground. Yeah, and all the solution that we are putting forth is putting forth that solution in the sense that it is depending on other people to make it, to do some things and do like this, and then everything will fall in place. But like he said, it is you that want something. It's you that want the change, that you are going to start that change, that you have to initiate it. No matter how difficult it is, you have to. For example, we have seen now that there are no trucks coming with food. I've seen in the news, and even before the whole thing has gotten like a day or so, prices of food has already started to escalate. Why is this so? Because a lot of people are just doing buying and selling. Most people don't have food, and maybe even if they have food in their farms in the rural area, there is actually no good road to transport them to the market. Like from the villages into the markets, into the people that will need it. So I feel that most of the things that are supposed to have been done on the grassroots is left off, and at the end of the day, it is still those things that you're supposed to do to lay the foundation that you're supposed to fall back on. But now you left all those ones. You are not doing any one. You are just on everywhere. Everybody's hearing your voice. It's almost like you are the only one there. It's like always like you are the only one that everything is affecting. But you understand me? I don't know if I'm explaining it right. So at the end of the day, we see that all this thing is politics. It's just politics. And so you have to join in this politics and play it well, and play it, and don't destroy your home while you are doing it, because you already have the example of how they are destroying this region, and you see how who is suffering is still the poor people. Do you think that out of all these children that are being taken from the schools, their life lost, do you think that any of those children belong to any elite person, any popular person? Their own children, their own relatives, they are all safe. So it's still the same, people that they are going to still use at the end of the day. You understand me? It's still the same people that they are going to be using to hit their head. The people don't mean anything to them. So all these things they are doing now is politics. How can more than 300 children be taken from a school in one day? Just like it happened before. It has happened in Yobe, in Niger State. It's just kind of going around, and everybody's looking at it like this thing is normal. This thing is not normal. So we don't even hear from the opposition, because when the thing of the Chibok happened, it was the opposition that blew it out, and everybody caught on with it. So where is the opposition of today? What is actually going on? So now, after all this ranting that the Facebook ranter has done, now he's now going back to praying. Praying. So all the prayer they have been praying, do you know during the Biafran war we were praying? A lot of people were still having their chaplet. A lot of people were in the church. It didn't solve any problem. So what are you bringing to the table now? You say you want to pray. This prayer that they are talking about is not the first time. The other time he said he need only 100 men. Only 100 men, then he will go and face them. He just says the same thing, the same rhetoric every time. But people have made up their mind, So I think that the whole thing has to come to a climax, and just like it's happening in the northeast, it's happening in the northwest. Even the people are not really understanding, because of still this sentiment of my brother, my people, and so the people are not really understanding what is going on. That they are playing politics, that they are using politics to be, using the whole situation to make gains in politics. The people are still not understanding it. So now they say that they should go and pray. So I don't even know what to say. Somebody that is able to dupe you with just transmitter in a decade that internet was revolutioning, and the person is telling you radio transmitter, but every day you're on Facebook, you're on social media, you're on Twitter, and the person is telling you to bring money for for transmitter, and you are giving the money for transmitter every day. Transmitter, you pay money for transmitter, whereas internet, social media, everything was booming, and the person is every day. And we live in a generation that everybody has smartphone. Everybody has smartphone. You just open your smartphone and you can communicate with the whole world. Everybody's listening with a smartphone, but he was able to dupe them with transmitter. Think about it for a moment. Think about it. We are talking about radio. You are talking about radio transmitter in a generation where telephone was booming, where it was evolving very quickly. Telephone, before you could telephone, after some time you could do video, after some time you could have it, in every device, every smartphone. In this kind of generation, somebody was duping people to be paying them money for radio. And the person that is duping you for radio transmission, every day he's on Facebook, every day he's on Twitter. They will say tweet, they will say they are on social media, they're on YouTube. All their broadcasts is on Facebook, on YouTube, but they were able to dupe you to pay money. The same people are duping you again now, and they call it different names. They will say they are BSS. You give money so that they will defend you. The same thing, after one major crisis, they will dissolve that one. They will rename it. They will call it another name. After another major meltdown, they will remove it. They will not. A while ago, they were all volunteers. They were praying for the volunteer. Then after Obibo happened, everything calmed down, and then he was quiet for a little bit, and then he came out again. He said it's yes, and people are jubilating. So the people that they caught in that bush, for example, the camp that they used to show you people say, oh, look at men. They show you unending number of young men lined up from everywhere to everywhere. At the end of the day, when they see the camp, does it look anything like that? It's just a small place. They put banana leaves. The boys have not eaten. There was nothing there, no amenities, nothing. You see, but this is happening in a internet age, in a time where internet is available, information is at the tip of your finger. The people still don't want to learn. You could open all those videos, you can check it in the internet, you will see it that all this thing is fraud. Now they tell you that you should pray. You should pray that you are going to face your enemy. How are you going to face your enemy? You have to understand the game. If you feel you have an enemy, then you have to understand what is going on. If you feel that you have an enemy, then you have to understand how to go on. But if you say that you have an enemy, you should go and confront that enemy so that he will not die, because this life you are living is useless. Remember that when it was his time, when he knew that they were going to come to his house, he was evacuated. According to him, he said he couldn't play any part again. So I've said these things before, and I don't want to be going back and forth again. I just wanted to reiterate it again and say to you, my people, everything is politics. It is all politics. It is all politics. So either you play this politics with them, or you will bear the brunt of the consequences of this politics that they are playing. You say you notice that I don't understand this Nigerian politics. I actually understand it very well. I'm actually amazed at how a lot of people don't follow up what is actually really going on. I'm really amazed because I actually understand it, and I feel that the solution you are looking for is not in the structure, the way you are looking for that structure, because in the end somebody is going to cut a structure and give it to you, and you will not still be happy. There will be always something wrong with it, and then you start another round of you understand me. But right now, the problem the Southeast have basically is capitalizing on the potential that they have now. So if we are not seeing how you can capitalize on this potential, human potential, land resources, infrastructural development, you cannot capitalize on anything that you have there right now. You cannot capitalize on the control you have in your region right now. You cannot make any point to anybody to say, when I get this type of structure, I will do something. Because most of the time, when somebody is being marginalized, and when somebody is being how will I put it, excluded, how do you fight for inclusion? How do you fight for being recognized and giving your own dignity? You're not going to continue to be making say give me. For example, if you look at for example black people, for example in America, so they don't even have any control in anything. They don't have any part that is their own. So they actually fight to be included in power, so that, for example, they can have a say in how their place is run, for example. But our case is unique because we still have our region. Our region is still in our hands. And this region that is still in our hands, this region that is still in our control, is what is at the risk of being taken away, of being lost. And when you lose this control of this region, that is actually when you will actually really know that you are like, that is, in fact, that is when the whole thing will really come home. Because now we are not taking advantage of that region that we have. That region we have, we need to take advantage of it. We need to take advantage of the region that is in our control, and show what we can offer, and offer not just everybody, but our own people, our own youth. If you look at Nigeria, for example, now it's still our youth that we have to go out every time, because if we don't go out, nothing. We don't go out, we don't have what it takes, to make our region to be somewhere that you can actually live in. And I think we need to start from there. Revenue collector, yeah, we need to start from there. And we need to start from there and focus on there. But the solution we are looking for is something that somebody else has to do. And so we have to be waiting until they do their part. Until they do their part. Until they do their part. Meanwhile, at home, people are not having it easy. And while people are not having it easy at home, people will have to live en masse. And so nothing is thriving in the east, in the southeast. You understand? And for example, when you look at the money that they can raise and initiate things that can capitalize on the enormous human resource that we have, and that we that we can create a centralized system. We can create a strategic sovereignty within this region, and nothing will stop it. Nothing will stop it. Instead of saying, oh, look at how they did Hisba, or for example, why don't you look at what part of the law gives them that legitimacy to do Hisba, and then you can replicate it there. You understand me? You can replicate it there and form something similar for law and order. I remember back in the day, there's something they used to call Aladema, and Aladema. Those Aladema people, those are people that normally will be going around to make sure that everything is in order, that there's orderliness, and this is what the majority should be doing. And even while you are doing this one, you can still be pursuing the lofty goals. The people that are at the top can still be doing the negotiation, talking about constitution, talking about restructuring, talking about anything, But while you are doing this, you need to put the home front in order. And so whatever gains you are getting will have a place to go into the home front. You see, but the way we are doing it. We don't have anything that helps to caution the impact of this exclusion for the young people. So everybody is really agitated at this time, and everybody we have a region that people are educated, people are young and vibrant and want to do something, but they cannot do it because there is a constraint. There's a constraint of poverty, and we don't talk about this constraint of poverty in the Southeast. So most times people have the outlook that the Southeasterners are not poor, but okay, you can say maybe in comparison to somebody in maybe somewhere in the Northwest, very deep, they are not rich, they are not poor. But do you know, in their own daily experience there in the Southeast, they are poor, and that poverty it constrains them to function, to achieve their human capital, to get to what they can give back to the society, because they are constrained because of the poverty, because of the lack, because of the repression, because of many things. And then what do they do? They have to escape from that place. So we are the only people actually that have a region that we can say this is where our great-great-grandfather left. This is our region, and the people in control of this region are our sons and daughters, and we are the only one in this situation that we are crying in this way. So if this kind of thing that this guy is doing now is escalating, the Facebook ranter, if this Facebook ranter succeeds in what he want to do you know he's going to want that the whole Southeast be taken away from everyone? Because he keeps saying it, destroy everything, burn everything down. Do you think he will be able to have access to other regions? It's the Southeast that will be burnt down. Everything will be gone. And maybe the people who will be capable to lead it or to even be in any position, they would all be gone. And then you have a real replacement. And when you have a real physical replacement of the local population, then maybe in some years, this Jewish analogy that they keep giving, maybe it will happen in the sense that by the time they blow up everything and everything is destroyed, so maybe it is we or other people in the diaspora or other people in other parts of Nigeria now that will now want to come back to reclaim the land because it is our own. But now we have the land. The land is still in our control, even though some portion of it has been splintered out, but the land is still in your control. Start with what you have. Start with the control you have. Start from there. What I see is finger point. Everybody's pointing. The Yoruba, they betray us. The Yoruba, the Hausa. Okay, thank God now they have separated it. They have put a demarcation. But the bottom line is still finger pointing. So you're never gonna say that everybody will do you right, just like you will never do everybody right. But in the end, the onus lies on you to make something of your life. The onus lies on you to make something of your life. The same way everybody have picked up themselves and are going up and going on, regardless. We have to stop this crying. We have to stop this pointing, and we need to stop this hatred and this supremacy mentality. Even if you have it, keep it to yourself. Even if you have it, keep it in your mind. It's not something that you have to come and be showing yourself on the social media. A lot of people don't even know that social media is for interaction. They think it's for them to come and attack you and insult you. That is the only exchange they have. You will write something or you will make a video, they will just come there and just insult. That's all. And you'll be wondering, who is, training this kind? Where are all these people coming from? So nobody wants to take advantage of what we have. And you have to be patient and work steadily towards it. And that is if the intention is real. That brings me back to what I'm saying, that it is all politics. Because you have a region to your hands. You are not doing anything with it. And what are you doing? You are still using the same region to play politics, wanting to endanger it, wanting to decimate it with madness. So that what will happen? And then what? Because you don't care that the casualties are not going to be yours? What is all this? What is all this? I don't know. So, my people, everything that is going on now is all politics. So, we know that there are people that can't think for themselves, and there are people that, you know, they like there's a man that used to write something who say Busi Gana Atoke. Yeah, you know, because last Busi Gana Atoke. So if you put yourself as a one, okay, Busi Gana Erini, you know. So now they say you should pray. I don't even know. I have so many others. I was thinking that I will even play for you guys. When he was making mouth and said, you know, the first time he said that he has 100 men. He needed 100 men. Yeah?
Going forward.
So let me start it. So, you know, I want to play this audio for you guys. And this audio, he did it before 2015. And remember what happened in 2015. I think that was an election. In the build up to that election, everything was like this time right now. Everywhere was bored, like, you know, it was like, oh, in fact, there was even I think USA or intelligence, there was something like that said Nigeria was going to disintegrate by 2015. So there was this hype that the dissolution of Nigeria is imminent. And there was a lot of people that thought that the election was not going to hold or something like that, just like it's happening right now. That's why I keep pointing to the fact, you know, I just keep point to the fact that it's all politics. So at that time there was this build up, there was this tension. Boko Haram was at its peak, and everybody was thinking that was just the end of it, but it didn't happen. So right now, at that time he made this audio that I want to play for you now.
Biafra. If Nigeria survives until 2015, let every Igbo man anywhere in the world be destroyed by God in heaven, including my own family. Let everybody die because we don't deserve to live with imbeciles like this calling us that they are our host in Lagos, a country they forced us to belong to. I will stop praying to God to keep the Igbo race and wipe us away from this useless earth that we are in, if we allow this nonsense to continue beyond 2015. Why are we alive and we are being insulted every blessed day? Because they know what is to come in 2015. We may not be able to wait to 2015, because if Nigeria survives and holds an election in 2015, we would have failed in our quest. It is our responsibility to make sure that that does not happen. We are going to get Biafra before 2015, or we will all die there. It's a promise. Everybody will go down. Everything will come down. Then they will know we are very serious. Then CNN will look for you. Al Jazeera will be begging you for interview. You tell them no. That is the survivors we are talking about here. This is Radio Biafra. We're closing. Please yourself from Yamanachi.
So he keeps repeating the same thing. Everything will burn down, everything will be destroyed, everything, you understand, like it keeps coming in his mind, and he keeps saying it. And then you know, what happened, the election happened, and President Buhari came to power, and there was a meltdown. Literally, there was a meltdown. Yeah, and everybody just kind of lost it, and people who didn't want to use their mind anymore. People didn't want to think anymore. So what is funny for me when he says that let every Igbo man everywhere be destroyed, including my family. He didn't say including himself. He said including he said including his family. What about you? What is gonna happen to you? Are you okay? Okay, I get it. He's not an Igbo man, you know, he's a Biafran. So he wants every Igbo person to be destroyed. So the kind of things this guy says is out of mind, honestly. Like, you can't even relate. You can't even begin to interpret it. So, you know, he also said give us 100 men. Hello.
Blessedom. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, my brother.
I hope you had a beautiful weekend.
Yeah. No.
Okay, this is Ike Chukwu calling from Stuttgart.
Okay, this is our brother Ike from Stuttgart in Germany.
I think we have got to the reality now. Okay?
Yeah.
I read one of the news when I think it was yesterday. I saw this news that there was a blockage for the food transportation down to the southern part of the country.
Yeah.
Now I think this is where Igbo people need to come to reality that they always think running to China to go and get some substandard or
products,
or auto set. They always think running to China and Japan to get substandard auto parts is all about what it takes to run a country, to run an economy of a country. I think these guys they need character orientation or proper education on how economy runs. And this is where what we have been saying. If we are going for Biafra, we need to put everything into consideration. We need to sit down on a round table, discuss about this, discuss about the trade deals. It's not something you just wake up, everybody is bad, everybody is evil, only you, Chineke, the selected ones. You don't even know how you are going to survive. He's promising them, oh, Biafra will be the best country in the world, maybe like Switzerland and all these developed countries. And even the angels will beg to come there to come and live. How do you plan to do it? This is the question I always keep asking them. How do you plan to do it? Number one, you first of all study the economy of the world. Then you study your position as a black people. What you people are facing all over the world. And you think you will just wake up, they give you Biafra, you lock all your whole border, stay back in your southeast, automatically jobs everywhere. You create jobs, everything, you are become the best. I think these guys are living in delusion.
Yeah. We
keep pleading with them. If you are looking for a country, good. Nobody is stopping you. But don't do it by do or die, or if we don't get it, we die, and everybody should go. We don't need Alpha, we don't need Fulani, we don't need Yoruba. They are all cowards.
Island nation.
If Igbos are giving this content, and there was this man saying something, what is Joe Igbope? I think the day I watched him on BBC granting an interview, people were saying he was drunk, but I believe maybe he came for a party. So I was hearing some band, drums. People were beating drums there. I think he's excited. You know, in every Igbo man, once you hear this our local song, you like, and you are in an occasion, you always like pumping yourself because you are already feeling like, I'm proud of who I am.
Yeah.
So he was saying something. People were saying he was drunk, but I listened to him. He was real. Now because you don't even know where your Biafra map starts. Do you think all these neighbors would like to join you? This Calabar, Isoko, Yoruba, all these ones, do you think they intend to join you in your Biafra? Even if they have 50% chances of joining you before, you've already displayed some kind of arrogance. You have displayed the worst form of arrogance to them that nobody will even wake up to think of associating with you. Now, at the end of the day, the man said, we will stay in our southeast. Imagine where we live, all isolated in our southeast. The same Igbos that are now telling you, they will be the first people to run out, to begin to go run for immigration when this Biafra comes. They will begin to go and constitute new vows from other neighboring countries to begin to run for immigration there. Because they are the only tribe that doesn't believe that you can live a normal life. You can live on a minimum wage. Every Igbo man believes that he is destined to have his own hotel, his own buildings and all this. I have traveled to every part of Africa. I have seen people, they don't have much. They are contented with what they have. They don't bother, they don't worry. Look at every Igbo man. He's having a house where he's living. He's still not yet happy. He wants to own a hotel. That's why you see them languishing in prisons all over the world. They will still be blaming the government. So this man was telling you, how do you people plan to live in that your southeast? And this was his question. He said, we will destroy ourselves over there. And it's true.
Because
with this current IPOB people, I sometimes I imagine what will happen in that southeast, that region if they are granted their own independence. Now, this bucket of food now would have taught them lesson of this is how no country, there is no country in the world that is self-dependent on itself. You need people, you need your neighbors, you need trade deals. Now, the same person that was telling them, hey, we can do this, you should send food to them. And I believe I would have loved to see this okay. I would have loved to see this go for a long time, maybe a period of 3 months, so that the southeastern part of Nigeria will experience what it means to be isolated. The Yorubas, they have a bordering town with other countries, the rest of West Africa.
Yeah.
And they are in good relationship with them. They can import, they can get their goods from them if they cannot, if they are not food sufficient. What about us? Where are we going to come in from? Where are we going? Even if we intend to produce food for us, how many millions of Igbos if they are sent home? What are the food the capacity of food products we have to feed them? Nobody is thinking about this. All they are thinking about, Fulani is bad, Yoruba is evil, every other person is evil. We are the only choosing one, the Jewish, the Jewish, Africanish Jewish. So these are all these things. Now, I always tell you, you've tried a lot.
Yeah.
I believe you should. Allow these people. I want them to learn in a habit. This is what I keep telling them.
Yeah.
I'm no longer. You don't see me online trying to make decisions about all this. I now have left them to their beliefs, but I promise them you will learn in a hard way. Now, most of you you are saying there is no freedom. Most people. What was this guy that they always talk about it? The one that runs one of the programs. They always say, Blessedom said about that. I had one day, the same guy had problem with them. They're already threatening him. I told him, I said, oh, now they're already threatening you, and you're coming online to say, anything that happens to you, this, you will do this. I say, now, experience what others are doing. Now, you don't even have freedom to speak. You are saying in Nigeria, you don't have freedom. Now, even the Biafra is not yet here. You can't even speak anymore.
You can't ask questions.
Without people coming to threaten you. Now people are thinking, oh, these are Muslims, they are sort of looking for whatever. Time shall come, even that your Christianity, you will never practice it again. Look at it.
Yeah.
It's going to
be Jewish.
He hosted his prayer. He is not even considering other religion or other beliefs in the land. It's not about his own Jewish. You wanted to host a fasting and prayer, you couldn't even say, okay, let everybody host his, do his own prayer on his respective belief system. He already he made out a date, Saturday, he will have Shabbat.
Okay. Their mind is closed up.
I don't want to. I want to acquire German citizens because I want to watch everything, how it goes. I have been crying for this, telling them there are ways you do something. Look at the Europeans. There was a time they were separated. Then everybody was angry. Today, everybody is begging to come together. They know the importance of unity. And you want to isolate yourself from the rest of Africa. Every day, black people do this. I keep telling what I was discussing with one of the IPOB. I said, if you want to know what Africans are suffering, in Germany, go and open. We have Mr. Biggs in Nigeria. Bring it over here in Germany. Open it, decorate it, make it Mr. Biggs Nigeria. Then run it for 2 months. If you don't go bankruptcy, then you will know. If you just run it for 2 months, you will know what Africans are passing through. You will see that even if you are making the best meal, then nobody is going to patronize you. So far, they see that Nigeria, Africa. Nobody is going to come in there. If you think, look at the way people are rushing to buy pizza, kebab. If you think you can make
Chinese
it, go
food.
and open that same pizza shop. Rent is African pizza, whatever. You will go bankrupt. You will see. You will bankrupt.
It's only people that have anything to do with Africans that will
for Africans to come together, try to negotiate on how we are going to move forward because nobody is on us. Nobody is thinking about us. You are trying to isolate yourself from the rest of Africa. You are the only choosing one in Africa. The rest of Africans are evil.
Yeah, the first ones. Yeah, the only one wise one.
Thank you so much, my sister.
Thank you.
Good night, okay?
Good night. Thank you. Yeah. So, my people, yeah, I think that was very comprehensive. A lot of people think that we don't understand what is going on. We do really understand. We understand what is going on, but the implication of what you are saying in the end is that you are superior and you have superior intellect, and you are highly moral, and everything that is wrong is just because you are not in control. But we still have Igbo land in the control of our brothers and our sisters, and they have not made a difference. And we make excuses about it, and we say, oh, they are selected, they are stooge. For example, I saw a picture where Governor Obiano was in I think, was it in Houston? Yeah, they said it was in Houston, Texas. He was relaxing with a dog, and I was like, oh, so his family actually lives in America. His children are also like adults, and they are working there, medical professional and something like that. Like he understands how Western world works, but he has not been able to replicate anything that he had or anything that he has seen in that place back to where he is. And I've seen a video of his wife also taking the vaccine. There's also another video of his wife giving food to the less privileged in the same America. So they are exposed, and you would expect that that exposure gives them some kind of wealth to bring back to the people, but they are not doing this, and I feel so sorry for the people who are insulting me, those people who in the bush. Like, I see that young man that they were asking him, he said they are like 100 in that camp. He's even tired, he has not eaten, they don't have any water, they drink from the same place, and they say, like the situation you are in is already bad enough, and at the command of somebody that is has no idea of anything other than telling you stories, one thing or the other, you sacrifice everything, you just go there to waste your life, and at the end of the day nobody gives you a tribute. Like, nobody knows you, who you are, your name, where you come from, what your life was like, whatever you did, in vain, undocumented, unaccounted for, gone. You understand? On my grave, nothing to show, nothing to remember for. And at the end of the day, what? Life goes on. Life goes on. Everything continues to happen. You understand me? So all these things, and I will never forget with the speed with which they started articulating obediently. Like, that was so, like, that was mind-blowing, because I was really following in that direction, and actually I was really saying, yes, if we can achieve a complete boycott of the election, and that would be a very big point to make, and say, yeah, we are not participating in the election, and so we are not sending anybody to the center, nobody should represent us, and all those kind of things, so we know that we are just not being represented. That would be a very big legitimate protest if we could achieve it. But what happened? This guy still came out and say, signed, sealed, and delivered. So what is it that was signed, sealed, and delivered? As if that was not enough. Before you know it, article that was erstwhile in PDP, I think he used to be in PDP, then he went to APC, and then very close to the election he was again in PDP, and before you know, he was the presidential candidate, and immediately everybody started singing along, articulating obediently. Hello, good evening, my sister.
Okay, my name is I'm calling from US.
Yeah, good evening. Our sister Chichi from the US.
So, I've been watching for a while now. One thing that got my attention was your title, It Is All Politics. Couple of weeks ago, there was a trend that was trending on social media for so-called Igbo Should I call them regrettabilities or celebrities? I don't know. Where they will go and they share a picture of Nnamdi Kanu, how they celebrate him and do everything. Then, some of these same people who are celebrating Nnamdi Kanu, who has so much inflicted pain in the life of people, even though Nigerian government has battered us a lot. I see some of them also vying for political position in the same Nigeria. Then it kind of kept me thinking, are we really running a sugar cane country? Your beginning is sugar, your ending is cane. How can Nnamdi Kanu be your hero? How can you celebrate Nnamdi Kanu and you are running a political position in Nigeria? Are you being honest? Are you telling yourself the truth? That was why when you said everything is political, it kind of made sense to me. Look at how did we even get to where we are in Nigeria in the first place? Take your mind back to prior to 2005. Prior to 2007, there was no problem in any part of Nigeria. The whole thing started when Yaradua was elected president and he was too sick to be the president. Goodluck Jonathan started holding brief for him. All this nonsense we are seeing today. Because Nigeria of you was weak and his petty group then. And they went silent. Wazirike paid the ultimate price of being in prison. But then, when Goodluck Jonathan started holding brief for Goodluck for Yaradua, the Northerners now felt that their right has been tampered with. Do you remember that was what gave us Boko Haram?
Yeah.
Especially when Yaradua eventually died. So it became a very big wound in their heart, and they cannot take that lying low. They decided to destabilize Goodluck Jonathan. Yes. Goodluck Jonathan did his 6 years and less. Did Boko Haram go with him? No. Remember how the Port Harcourt militia they started? The South militia they started.
Good evening, Duchess.
Oyibo was drilling their oil and they felt they were not being represented and they're not getting their enough share.
Yeah.
They form their militants.
Yeah.
And to start kidnapping Oyibo.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what kidnapping was at the time Obasanjo was running for his first term in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Now, Oyibo people has gone. Oil price has dwindled. Nigeria is no longer booming. Did kidnapping end in Nigeria?
No.
Now, the essence of militia was strictly to hunt down Oyibo so they can be equally compensated. I don't really think that as we speak today, any Oyibo man is a victim of kidnapping in Nigeria. Has been a victim of kidnapping in Nigeria in the past 7 years. It is we, the people that are kidnapping ourselves, killing ourselves, doing whatever to ourselves. I don't think any government official suffered in the hands of Boko Haram. It's an average Nigeria.
Yeah.
This is exactly where I am driving at. It is all politics.
It's all politics.
But why politicking? But why politicking? It would have been better for us not to bring violence to our doorpost.
Thank you.
Because, yes, there is a problem going on in Nigeria. But the people are taking it to heart so much. I mean, you know how you personalize something? Like then we're now, we're personal now, we're collective now. We make it a personal, violence in Nigeria is a personal now. To Igbo as an ethnic group.
Yeah.
They want it that it's hot. Now, when they want to talk, the only region that knows peace in Nigeria will tell you, after all, the Alpha people are doing it. Are you an Alpha person?
Yeah.
Why don't you emulate those people who didn't want the war to happen in their domain? Are you an Alpha person? is your name, when did you change to Hausa? If they tell you to become one, are you going to be one? So I look at the whole drama and the whole thing going on now. And I have said one thing over and over. You see this war, because the way I'm seeing it now, every part of Nigeria is smelling war. The one thing that breaks my heart is that Igbos, including me and you, we fail to realize that as it is now, Yoruba as an ethnic group, they have their sectional head that is the mouthpiece of their tribe. Hausas, they have their emis and their sultan that is the mouthpiece of their tribe. If this war adventure happens, these two clan leaders will go around, even the Calabas, they have their paramount rulers that sit on their behalf, that make decisions for them. If this war, the whole of Nigeria is singing and dancing towards that, take my word for it. The paramount rulers in the whole of the region that has a centralized mouthpiece, they will go and have a closed door meeting. Turn around, and the Igbos will be the casualties again. And nothing is going to happen. I watched one of your callers say something that touched my heart. That if you really want to know what the world will take Nigeria for, go and buy a franchise and name it to one that and make Nigeria the nomenclature. You are going to see that you will go bankrupt in weeks. Because nobody really cares. Nobody really wants to know that thing you are bringing to the menu, as long as it has to do with Nigeria.
Not just Nigeria, right? So not just Nigeria.
Africa,
yeah.
From Africa as a whole.
Yeah.
Boy, was that caller right? 100% right. Just for instance, do you know that when you graduate from a university in Nigeria, you come here with bachelor's degree. When you want to go to university in America will tell you to go and write the exam. English is a second exam. Now my question, do you remember that in Nigeria the official language is English language? Because of Nigeria being a British colony, right?
Yeah.
You also remember that the West African Examination Council that covers the entire West Africa is administered in English language all over West Africa, right?
Yeah.
But when you come to America, every single English you know in Nigeria, with up to bachelor's degree, America will invalidate it and ask you to go and take an exam that is meant for secondary school leavers who did not pass WAEC, which America call SAT. That is how serious, that is how much this Western world we are looking up to, sharing our cup of woes and our cup of shame on social media with the intention that they will step in and inherit our problem. That is how much they care about us. That is exactly how much they care about us, I'm telling you. So for those of us who think that, I'm listening.
The main thing is everybody have, for example, you have your children, I have my children. And if my children are hungry, they need medication, they need to go to school, and your children are hungry, they need medication, they need to go to school, who will you send to school first? Who will you meet their need first?
My children.
I will meet my children first, you will meet your children first, and then if there is anything left over, you cannot think, oh, maybe, that is what our people fail to understand, because everybody is looking for their interest. Yes. Look at even in this Europe, you are from Poland, for example. In this Germany, we have neighboring Poland, Czech Republic, all the countries that surround Germany. They still have their identity cards before they will come into this country. Even though as an EU they can come, you have to have a reason why you came. Maybe a job brought you. It's not like you will just carry your bag and start coming. And if you are coming, you have to prove that you can feed yourself. You are not going to rely on the healthcare. Like, they have all these things so that they will have to take care of their people first, their national interests first. This is something we forget, because we have been born into this religion of praying and entitled to help. Oh, help me, everybody help me. So you think that is a national level, a country will come and help the country of Nigeria. It doesn't work like that. A country will come and help Biafra. It doesn't work like that. Right now there are pockets of war going on in Africa. Go and look at how they are faring. Who is coming to their rescue? Who is bringing food? It's the same misery that happened in Biafra that is happening in Tigray region in Ethiopia right now. I keep saying this, and nobody, maybe I don't know. I hope somebody will check the situation.
Yesterday, you are so correct. Yesterday, President Biden was in Houston, Texas, and the Ethiopians were holding placards, bringing attention of America to what is going on in Ethiopia, in Houston yesterday. So you are 100% right.
And President Biden came to check on his own people that are freezing to death, looking for how to meet that need.
Yes, unfortunately, yes. He didn't come for me and any other person in Africa or anything. He came to make sure that Texans that lost life and Texans, their life is being restored, their homes are being fixed, and they have food. And in fact, the wife went to food pantry and gave out some food stuff with her hands. She didn't come for this thing. For we Africans to be heard, we have to hold placard and get little or no sympathy with our placard standing for 12 hours. I mean, it doesn't change nothing. It's not a news that an African country is suffering. I have said it over and over, and they will call me Sabo, which I don't care. The only person that can take care of Africa is Africans themselves. Because look at you, me and you, we live overseas, but they are taking care of their own problem, right? Why do we think we have to let them inherit our problem? If not because of that dependency mentality. And this dependency mentality is the only reason Nnamdi Kanu has been doing what he's doing and getting away with it, with no results to show for it. Because at some point, say for instance, when I married my husband, there were 10 of them in number. The father would always tell them that he raised them American method of self-reliance. I don't know what that means, the meaning of that word, self-reliance. Because I came from a different family point of view. Like you know now, everybody is taken care of by the family. You have, when you see time to do your washing, if you cannot wash it, your elder one will wash it, your parents will wash it. But then, because they were men, everybody was taught to, oh boy, by the time you're social age, your laundry is your responsibility. So they will always make joke about it in his family that they are given American type of self-dependence upbringing. Unfortunately, this is number one problem with our people. We were raised with the entitlement mentality that, hey, this person owe us this, that person owe us that. Look at the whole of the Western world, for instance. You see them giving relief package to their people. You see how America will always fight before they pass a bill. Even though a lot of people have gone homeless, jobless, business is closed. But American government still fight and kind of nearly pull gun against each other just to get a relief package passed. And nobody thinks anything is wrong with it because that is their system. We don't have that thing. We always depend. We believe that if government is even debating on that bill of giving relief, government has committed sacrilege.
Yeah.
No. Now our people should grow up. If they can flow with the trend, the change going on in the world today, if we must flow with the change, we must flow with the change in its entirety. It's not all about coming to copy those who talk tough on social media, coming to countries whose leaders sound very tough, insult others. We copy them. We should also copy their self-reliance. We should also copy their non-dependence mentality. You get where I'm coming from? If we must move forward, we should also copy, and we should also understand political boundaries and take away emotion from the truth, because that is where the problem is. Emotion is so much attached to what is going on in Nigeria. Nobody seems to know when politics is happening. Like you said, when the Bring Back Our Girls happened, it was the opponents who championed it and brought it to discredit the then administration. Right now, sir, the opponents are not bringing attention. Why? Because they are championing what is going on now. You get what I'm saying? It is the mishap now is a political tool of opponents. That is why they are not talking about it. You see what is going on in Nigeria? If it happened in any other part of the world, every single day, America, I know, will always say pray for this country, even if they are not going to go in. Nobody prays for Nigeria. It is in our hands to pray for ourselves and pray ourselves out. I don't want to take over your show, like I said.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Then we realize that we are our problem and we have the solution. It's better for us. The Western world is not coming, not now, not tomorrow, not never. If we try to burn down Nigeria like somebody said, I have double passport. I will always have a country to bounce back on. And you that is listening to me today, do you? I have 2 passports, a blue and green. I wonder how many you have. If you don't have 2 like me, and somebody who has 2 like me is telling you to burn down the only passport you have, well, ask yourself, where will I be if I burn down where I'm going to rest my head tonight?
Yeah.
Thank you all for giving me the audience.
Thank you. Thank you, my people. Thank you. Thank you, my sister.
You're welcome.
So, she has spoken well, and in fact, she gave even a complete, comprehensive sum up of where the whole thing was coming from and going to, you see. So, yeah, you will agree with me that, it's all been said. So the person that is on Facebook ranting, they have banned him. They banned him. He can't do without it. You can see, because Facebook is the only place he can reach his people, because Facebook is the only place that they have the capacity to use the data on. Maybe not so much in other platforms. So he can't do without Facebook. So where is all the ranting you are doing is on Facebook. So when you are doing everything you are doing, for example, we can say, okay, we are just doing it for enlightenment, for this or that, we are not blowing hot, we are not threatening hell, we are not doing all these things, So everything you are doing is on Facebook. So let's assume anything happens to Facebook. That's it. You see, so he keeps blowing all this hot. I want to destroy. With what? Okay. If at all you want to do something like that, is it what you will not be running up and down everywhere? We'll burn it down. Yeah, there was an audio I wanted to play for you guys before. The thing is too much. The madness is too much.
Now is the time to come forward. I did not say tomorrow. Now, tonight, is the time to come forward. 100 of us, and then we march. 100 and we march. The rest can come later if they want to. I am tired of broadcasting. I want to fight for my country. I want to carry arms to defend the honor and integrity of my country. I want to avenge the death of 6 million people. I want Biafra to stand as a beacon of hope, freedom, and liberty in black world. I want Biafra to stand as a testament to the glory of heaven upon the face of this very earth. I want Biafra to stand because my obligation to the dead outweigh that which I owe to the living. That is why Biafra will stand, and Biafra will come. 100 men, that's all. And we march. The rest can come later on. I no longer give a damn. The disgrace and the insult is too much. We must go and meet our enemies even if we have only machete and hoes. It is far more better for us to go and meet them and die with a semblance of dignity than with this very humiliation which we encounter every blessed day. We must assemble as quickly as possible. This is Radio Bia.
So, my people, the guy is only interested he's only interested in talking tough. This is something he said some time ago. That one is past now. It's not about 100 men again. Now it's about 40 days and fasting, and then they'll go and meet them. I mean, he's saying basically the same thing, but for some reason all these people, and I think they can't actually leave, because when you try to leave, they are going to come after you and want to take you out. So I think maybe somehow in a way they are stuck. They just have to do what they are told. So my people, it's been a long time together. The ESN, like people are writing here, like when you go to the East, people don't really know, all this vibration we are having on social media. It's not really like that on ground. But of course, there are still those boys who have, sacrificed themselves, like coming from the time of BSS, Volunteer, Lion Squad. It's still those set of young men who are still there, who are still being used to perpetrate these recent incidents that we continue to see. And at the end of the day, it's still the people that are going to bear the brunt. So he doesn't want you to be alive. He said his obligation is to people that are dead. So, but I think today we are alive, and everything we are doing is for now that we are alive, while we are alive. Because when we lose consciousness, that is it. We don't know any other thing. So if somebody is telling you that their obligation is to the dead, I don't know what that means. People do things for today and for posterity. But when somebody's intent and motivation is his obligation to the dead, I don't know. So basically, you have to go and die as I don't know. Like I don't know how people who listen to him process what he's saying. Because every time I try to listen to this guy, like it just blows out and just gives irrelevant and incomprehensive maybe stories and that he calls history and stuff like that. So yeah, again, my people, it's politics. So if you contribute money to the ranter, he will still look for a means to rant somewhere else. He's not ranting on Facebook now. He's going to find a place to rant, and then it's just the rant. Give me 100 men today. Give me 15 men. Go and hide. Change your number. Like, this is only what he's going to do. And you ask yourself, you really want to do this? Do you really think you have the capacity to take on anybody? And do you think taking on anybody is your last resort? Why do you think that is your last resort? Why don't you find other ways? Why don't you have other possibilities of alleviating this pain, this need, of grassroots, doing something, scholarship, foundation, people can do so much. People can do so much for the young people to capitalize on this vibrant energy, this enormous human capital that is not being useful. Like here in this country, in this Germany, for example, as black people, we are also being marginalized, but we take consolation that okay, it's not our home country, we don't, for example, we are here as immigrants and not something like that. But when you are in Igbo land and somebody that is the governor, the senator, whatever the case may be, we need some kind of centralization, because even the way, as much as we want Nigeria to come apart at any time, when that happens, or should that happen right now, we are going to be the ones that are not actually ready for anything, because you cannot expect somebody whose obligation is to the dead to come and help you to put things in order for you for today and for posterity, because his obligation is to the dead, and so he's going to make sure that many of you don't see the light of tomorrow. So yeah, my people, it's been a long time, and I think I'll end this program here. Thank you. It is left for us to understand that this is politics, and it is not something that you want to destroy the whole region because of it. So I want to thank everybody. I want to really appreciate you all. So I wish you a happy Sunday. By the grace of God, we'll see you again.